G'day guys, welcome to this week's weekly developer update. I'm CW, and joining once again we have Armeanio. How are you, mate?
Doing pretty well. It's been a busy time in the Ergo ecosystem, which is great to see.
Yeah, we saw the release of 5.0.13, which incorporated the final step for nipper power implementation, and it's pretty cool to see what the community's doing with that, isn't it?
No, especially because it's so early, right? We're seeing it implemented on Pis, on phones. I'm pretty excited to see, are we going to see that on TVs and light devices?
Yeah, on your washing machine and TVs and you name
it. The truth is, so many things are becoming internet connected now, and I'm really curious to see what kind of footprint we can put it on as a community. That'll be cool.
Yeah, and of course, last Ergo hack we had Ergo Tizen. So obviously trying to get a node up and running on the Tizen OS, which incorporates TVs and other sort of Internet of Things. But yeah, like I said, people spinning up nipper power full nodes on, or security in empowered full nodes on phones and you name it, all that sort of cool stuff. I just saw Rust in my eye release a little bash script that can install a phone in one sort of line, one command. So it's pretty cool. Around sync times as well, like with the UTXO set snapshot sync time, I think that sort of reduced from a number of hours into sort of 20 minutes. And now people are spinning up things in nipper powers in a matter of sort of minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I got a real old smartphone out and I was all excited and say, I've got crappy signal here. Well, what would my sync time be? And then I remembered that they deactivated 3G in my area. So it's a brick.
Yeah, well, there you go. You've got a hardware wallet now.
Yeah, basically.
All right, that's nice little intro there for nipper power. So let's jump into this week's update.
All right.
Just kicking things off. We have a comment from Glasgow. He was asking about the draft for anyone who had anything to submit for the July recap. He puts these together month to month. Everything that's happening in the ecosystem, whether it's on the development front or marketing, project releases and things like that. By all means, jump on there. You can see the link that's been provided.
That's pretty wild. It's already August.
Yeah, where's the year gone?
All right. And next, it looks like Echo has an update. Latest updates from ErgExplorer. Drops a Medium article. In short, the financial data for tokens. Top 24-hour tokens by volume gain and loss. Transaction confirmation notifications. Works with Nautilus when we set up the Explorer URL parameters. Token and whale alert Telegram bots. That's pretty sweet. Yep. Next, dedicated Erg info page. FAQ, information and guides, and drops a link to the repo. So thank you, Echo.
Yep. Keeps churning away there week to week.
Awesome.
Okay, next up we have Green Hat. On his progress, fixed pool active nodes, active oracles, and local oracle health metrics are lagging when the pool is down. Also released version 2.0.0 RC1. The work in progress is a revamp of the Ergo tree, eval errors, and pretty printer implementation for the Ergo tree.
All right, next we have Telefragged. He said, hey, it's something I've been cooking on and off for a few months. More information in the README. Those of you that don't know, it's the first off-the-grid trade bots. Awesome.
Yes. So a number of, it's probably months ago now, Kushti threw out some little bit of code there into a repo for the public to sort of play with. And this first implementation sort of building upon that, which is pretty cool. Next, looks like we have Pragmaxine. So it's implemented most of the REST API endpoints in the past 7 PRs. So it's now working on assets. So currently thinking how to do it as a token ID, box ID. So as it is in M&M relationship, if persistent at all. So the extra value that they can track all boxes that token has been in, but not sure if this information is required at this point in time. So and that's for ErgExplorer.
It's an interesting idea. With the Nautilus team, looks like Fleet SDK. The mock chain added mock chain add party and mock chain reset methods with the compiler. Added the contract template model. Added a new crypto package with Ergo crypto primitives. Decoupling constant serializer from the core package for improved compatibility with Sigma JS and Sigma Rust serializers. Awesome.
Okay, next we have MHS and the Rosen Bridge update. So the public or main launch. So the main launch is still in testing phase and progressing very well. Found some new bugs and fixed them. So I hope to have them finished the testing in a couple of days. So that's if nothing unexpected arises. And then on the business side, more than 120 Cardano SPOs have applied for being a watcher. More news to come soon. Awesome to see people getting engaged. On the UI, it's ready for the launch. Some APIs needed for the work though. Some bug fixes. So on the guard service, the reward transaction permit, it's returning ERG value bug fix. Now the reward for RSN payment, check and update the minimum fee configs. And then on the scanner, timestamp bugs have been fixed. And he's provided a pretty cool little subset here of screenshots of the UI in action.
Yep. Looks like Kushti's been testing the UTXO snapshot and stateless clients. Looks like some issues were found on one of the Raspberry Pi with very limited RAM. It might be a Pi 1. Can't remember.
I don't remember what version it is, but it does have 1 gig of RAM. So yeah, pretty limited resources there.
That's awesome. So we're also pivoting into the next stages of protocol and node development. That's a big accomplishment, and on to the next thing, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of things in the pipeline there that could encompass scaling L2s. Who knows? Subblock confirmations, you name it. Lots of things to play with. Okay, scrolling down. We have Ergasia. Did you pronounce that correctly? So currently developing the centralized job board on top of the Ergo blockchain. So they'll launch a beta version of the job board in sometime this week. So the version will be centralized as we learn more about what the community needs. The centralized one is already in the works. So it's a beta version with that will function, but the payment method will be done using cryptocurrency checkout with no smart contracts or the wallet integration. So most parts of the decentralized version of Ergasia are done. So front end, the back end, wallet integration, and Ergo auth. One of the things that's not done though is the smart contracts. If any Ergo script developer is available for hiring, please DM.
That's awesome.
Welcome aboard.
Looking for a development board, and first thing they do is bring on a developer.
Yeah, pretty cool.
I like it.
Yeah. There's a little bit of chatter around here. Looks like our cat dev is next.
All right. Aber. So the Saturgo version 1.6.0 was released the 31st of July. That was a big release. Those of you that don't know, the DeFi dApp support. So you can now use Ergo Pay to pay for an example, a swap on Spectrum DEX. The installer for Windows, installing Saturgo on Windows takes no effort, and it will work like a normal app now, updating it so it's much easier. All fiat currency conversions can be displayed when the CoinGecko price source is selected. It's got improved transaction history. Node developments, the log level settings updated to work with the new node versions. Added an option for the Java VM arguments to run with the node, and Indonesian and Malaysian translations have been added. So awesome.
Awesome. Scrolling down, there's still a little bit more chatter. Looks as though we have Luavatra next. So he's trying to take a little summer break with his family, so forcing himself away from the PC. It's not easy. Enjoy your time away, mate. Grab some of that sunshine. On the Padea beta front, though, I was focusing on this before starting the Crux work. So almost ready to test it internally. And then onto Crux, had a workshop to identify major features that they want to realize within the phase one. And then onto the Tipbot. So he's updated the backend to the latest app kit. So the code hadn't been touched since November 21. I think it was due for a bit of an update. Added a small fee to fund hosting, but most importantly, Twitter API. Any extra overrunning costs will be donated to the SIG treasury. So order consolidation when tipping. So the new backend is not deployed yet, so need to test first. And then after testing and deploying the backend, the Twitter bot will be updated to the new API. Awesome work.
Ah, that's exciting. Now we can spam tokens and send tips
Good
on
fun.
Twitter. Yeah, good fun. All right. Looks like next says comment update.
The boys are busy. Busy once again.
Nice. All right. So next we have GCX. So over the past week, we've finalized most tasks in preparation for the release of mission paper with expected mission launch in 5 to 7 days. After release of mission paper, we will be doing an AMA via @GreasySex Twitter Spaces to discuss the mission with the community and consider any feedback and/or questions regarding the missions. So updates.
You finally said it.
What? Oh, yeah, that's got to be. I don't know how many people are going to come to that Twitter space with that name. Let's see. Maybe the community showed up. I hope so. Web page is 99.9969% complete. Pulse is working on hosting. HQ doing some final formatting. Austin working on final artwork and info. Stage wallets have been created with appropriate GCX allocations. NFTs ready for minting. Minting will be done in 24 to 48 hours before the mission. Greasy mission number 1 is finalized, ready for release. Mission info and graphics in the work with the famous Torto designs. Next step is going to be release mission number 1 paper. Set the website live with links to the paper and mission paper. Release info mission for number 1. Mission 1 marketing campaign and launch mission number 1. So looks like they have a mission.
It's another community token, I guess, in competition with Comet. Just comparing the two updates there, it's a little bit funny. Okay, next, a little bit more serious note, we have Morphic. And on the Sigma front, he's release candidate of the Sigma SDK version 5.0.10. It's been approved. Also refactoring code improvements, so ready for review by Kushti. So there's some small fix of the secure random for Sigma.js, also ready for review by Kushti. Started work on the multi-sig signing. So will be part of the Sigma SDK and available for JVM, Android, iOS, and JS. And on the Ergo front, reviewed Ergo version 5.0.13 with Nipperpower bootstrapping. And next up, continue with the multi-sig implementation into the SDK.
Awesome. Looks like high quality Ergos dropped a big update about ErgCube. So ErgCube is a project that aims to use useful information and tools for users in the Ergo blockchain ecosystem. It offers a Telegram bot, which is @ErgCube _bot that facilitates access to various features related to Ergo tokens and their market data. So the main features are going to be price information. That bot allows users to check the current prices of Ergo, tokens against USD and ERG. It also provides additional data, such as the token's 24-hour percentage change, the 24-hour trading value, and the total locked value for the token. Next is going to be price calculations, so users can calculate the price of specific token based on a given multiplier. This feature will be handy for estimating the value of a larger quantity of coins. So top tokens by 24-hour volume. The bot provides a list of the top 10 Ergo tokens based on their trading volume over the last 24 hours. This information can be helpful for identifying the most actively traded tokens in the Ergo ecosystem. And ErgCube aims to provide quick access to vital information for Erg token holders and traders, making it easier to stay updated on the latest market trends within the Ergo ecosystem. And long live ChatGPT text formatting. Unless you're the guy reading it, come on. No, I'm kidding.
Come on, mate. You got to read through all those tokens, their pricing, etc.
Oh, I skipped it. I'm sorry.
Okay, scrolling down. Looks like we have Liquid Phase next. The terahertz.fm update on the UI site front. So added UI functionality for dark light mode. Set up type ahead search bar for to work with the Melee search backend search server. So set up search server webhooks from Frappe framework so that items are auto added, updated, and deleted from the search index server when a user performs such an action. And on the Ergo functionality front, Buy with Ergo button is working. Payment monitor was working. Download delivery. After payment monitor confirmed it's still being worked on. So the payment monitor sees successful transaction and then it introduces a download button. But the download button doesn't work yet. So making a Python API function so that when the download button is clicked, it auto-zip archives the files in the attached WABs fields from that release. So it's just got to put more work into the UI and flush out more form validations to fix. And then it'll be attempting to integrate the smart contracts and NFT minting functionality. And he's also provided a video update. I watched that last night, I think it goes for 16, 17 minutes or so. It's pretty informative. It's pretty cool.
All right, what's next?
Scrolling down once again, it's a bit of chatter. I think TCA, terahertz was the final one actually.
All right.
It just goes into the normal dev chat. So once again, that sort of sums up what's happening in the Ergo ecosystem for the past week on the development front. Lots of things happening and a couple of new people into the ecosystem, which is pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't cover Hold Ergo's back, right? It seems like, Phoenix,
it's risen from the ashes.
Yeah, it's risen from the ashes, and it seems like a lot of people are back at it. So, good luck, and I guess hold on, right?
That's it. It's a bit of degen fi out there. Obviously, know your assumptions before interacting with this sort of degen fi application. But yeah, the contracts, so MGPy, the LGD, a couple others have sort of reviewed the contracts and released Phoenix, which is another version for the HODL coin contracts. And I think it's within the 24 hours, it was up around 55,000 ERG. The last I saw it has been chucked into the contract. So yeah, enjoy and have fun and know your assumptions.
Yeah. Manage your risks and trade well. That's what I always say.
Very sound advice. All right, guys. Thanks once again for tuning into this week's weekly developer update. It's always a pleasure to bring these out and inform the community about what's happening in the development front. Joe, as always, pleasure chatting.
Have a good one, everybody.
Take care, guys. Have a good one.